This megacity, designed for a population of millions, has expansive streets that remain largely devoid of activity. Egypt is currently constructing another megacity in the heart of the desert, set to house 6.5 million residents and host the world's tallest skyscraper. Surprisingly, no one has relocated there yet. The question looms: will this endeavor succeed in attracting inhabitants? Furthermore, there are ambitious blueprints to transplant Jakarta, one of the globe's most populous cities, to this vacant expanse within the jungle. So, what exactly is the rationale behind these developments? Why are nations embarking on the ambitious task of constructing entirely new cities from the ground up? In this video, we aim to delve deep into the enigmatic world of these cities, exploring whether these meticulously planned urban centers are thriving or facing setbacks. But before we continue, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Luxe Life. Share your thoughts about these empty megacities in the comments below. Let's begin with Naypyidaw, the recently established capital of Myanmar. This entirely new capital city was meticulously crafted from the ground up during the years spanning from 2002 to 2012. In terms of land area, it now ranks as Myanmar's third largest city, encompassing all the essential urban amenities. Yet, it has earned a reputation as an uncannily deserted ghost capital. The actual population residing in Naypyidaw falls far short of initial expectations, adding to the enigma surrounding its purpose. Officially, the rationale behind constructing Naypyidaw was to alleviate the congestion and space limitations of Myanmar's former capital, Yangon. However, there exists evidence suggesting that the true motive for establishing this peculiar new capital may be a strategic military maneuver. For instance, the entire construction project was shrouded in secrecy for an extended period, with approximately 25 construction companies discreetly working on the city at a cost of roughly $5 billion. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, in 2005, the government made an abrupt announcement that it would relocate its administrative headquarters a distance of 320 kilometers from Yangon to this relatively unheard of new city. Indeed, there's more to Naypyidaw's peculiarity. Its remote location, coupled with limited access to the sea, provides a natural defense against potential invaders, bolstering its strategic importance. The road network, intentionally designed in a convoluted manner, complicates travel within the city, further enhancing security. Notably, there exists a 20-lane highway of such proportions that it could potentially serve as a makeshift aircraft runway. However, this strategic move serves a dual purpose. Historically, the surrounding regions of Naypyidaw posed challenges for the government in terms of control, and the location of this new capital is intended to improve the government's authority over these central areas. All in all, Naypyidaw stands out as one of the most enigmatic capital cities globally. While its population is experiencing modest annual growth of approximately 6%, it still hovers at around 750,000 people, significantly below the government's initial plan of accommodating 9 million residents. Interestingly, though, Myanmar was not the only country that decided to relocate its capital city in 2002. In South Korea, the idea of Sejong Administrative City was initially proposed in 2002 to address the issue of uneven economic growth in the country and the overburdened capital city of Seoul. This project has remained a contentious political topic ever since. Seoul, like many capital cities, grapples with overcrowding and wields significant influence over the nation's economy. However, in South Korea, this situation is more extreme than in most other places. A staggering half of the country's entire population resides in the Seoul metropolitan area, amounting to around 25 million people. In response, construction began in 2007 on Sejong, located just 125 kilometers away from Seoul, with government agencies gradually relocating from the congested capital to the new city beginning in 2012. The original plan aimed for all government ministries to complete their move by 2012, but today, nearly half of these agencies still remain in Seoul, along with the National Assembly. Sejong has been meticulously designed as a self-sufficient city, boasting abundant green spaces and robust infrastructure for electric vehicles. The city also incorporates cutting-edge technology, including interactive digital signage and automated waste collection systems. Nevertheless, it's intriguing that many individuals still opt for a 4-hour commute to Seoul for work instead of relocating to Sejong. Critics have pointed out that Sejong currently lacks sufficient transportation links and services to entice people away from Seoul. Despite its futuristic vision of upscale housing and extensive green areas, Sejong has faced criticism for promoting car dependency and a perceived absence of community cohesion. However, Sejong may just be at the beginning of its evolution. Presently, the city is home to around 400,000 residents, a far cry from Greater Seoul's population of 25 million. Nevertheless, as Seoul grapples with issues such as pollution, overcrowding, soaring real estate prices, and heavy traffic, more families are considering a move to the outskirts for improved living conditions. As construction and development in Sejong continue, more institutions and businesses are also making the move to this future capital. By the time Sejong officially assumes the role of South Korea's capital in 2030, the population is projected to reach 500,000. From there, the city is expected to grow organically. However, only time will reveal whether all government functions can be successfully transitioned to Sejong in the next 7 years, and whether the city can fully realize its ambitious vision. Indeed, Sejong and Naypyidaw are not the only examples of new cities being constructed from scratch. There are several such ambitious city projects around the world, including Neom in Saudi Arabia, Bitcoin City in El Salvador, and Egypt's new administrative capital, which has already made substantial progress and is among the most significant and promising new city ventures. Egypt's new administrative capital is a colossal undertaking located just 80 kilometers east of Egypt's current capital, Cairo. Once finished, this new city will serve as the seat of the government and house approximately 6.5 million residents, constituting about 70% of Cairo's present population. Although the new capital currently appears largely unoccupied, the first residents are expected to move in this year. Nevertheless, this new capital still lacks an official name. Consequently, the Egyptian government has even launched a competition to solicit suggestions for a name and logo for the new administrative capital. But why is Egypt embarking on the construction of such a massive city? To answer that question, one only needs to look at the situation in Cairo. Cairo is currently home to nearly 10 million people, with the Greater Cairo region boasting a population of over 21 million. This number is projected to soar significantly to 38 million by 2050. Consequently, in 2014, the newly elected President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi proposed this monumental mega-project as a solution to alleviate the mounting traffic congestion and overpopulation issues in Cairo. At present, the new administrative capital is well into its construction phase, with evident progress in government, residential, and commercial infrastructure. Even during the pandemic, the government reassured the public that construction was proceeding as planned, with the government district already 98% complete. The first government departments are prepared to move to the new city and fully operate from there in 2023. Egypt's new city is poised to feature an array of impressive amenities, including an international airport, a stadium and leisure district, a monorail connecting to Cairo, and striking mosques and churches. Notably, the city boasts the iconic tower, which has already reached its full height, earning it the distinction of being the tallest skyscraper in Africa. However, if all goes according to plan, the iconic tower will soon relinquish this title to a much taller skyscraper set to commence construction in the new capital this year. This future skyscraper, named the Obelisco Capitale, is projected to soar to an astounding height of 1 kilometer, surpassing the height of any building in the world. The funding for this new city primarily comes from the sale of land by the Egyptian government and substantial loans from China. Furthermore, the construction of the iconic tower is also being carried out by a Chinese construction company. These financial connections and reliance on China have sparked intense political debates within the country. Concerns have also emerged regarding the mega project itself, as it could potentially evolve into an exclusive enclave for affluent Egyptians, resulting in reduced business and investment opportunities for Cairo. This, in turn, might exacerbate poverty and overpopulation issues in the capital. There is no doubt that this new city is taking shape, but its ultimate success and the number of people who will choose to relocate there remain to be seen. The future of Egypt's new administrative capital is a matter of keen interest and scrutiny, both domestically and internationally. Indonesia's new city project, Nusantara, shares similarities with Egypt's new administrative capital in that it aims to replace the existing capital, Jakarta. The idea of relocating the Indonesian administrative capital away from Jakarta has been discussed by successive governments since the 1950s. Finally, in January 2022, the parliament passed a bill to move the capital city to a jungle site over 2,000 kilometers away on a different island. But why is the Indonesian government investing so much money and effort in moving the country's capital so far away? And when will this monumental shift take place? Jakarta is notorious for its severe overcrowding and pollution, characterized by the cacophony and exhaust fumes of motorbikes. It is home to nearly 11 million residents within the city limits and approximately 30 million in the broader Jakarta urban area. Moreover, Jakarta holds the dubious distinction of being the world's fastest sinking city, having sunk 2.5 meters in the decade leading up to 2019, accompanied by increasingly frequent instances of flooding. A recent study by Indonesia's National Research and Innovation Agency highlighted that, unless significant measures are taken, approximately 25% of Jakarta could be submerged by 2050. The primary culprit behind Jakarta's subsidence is identified as the excessive extraction of groundwater. Furthermore, climate change contributes to rising sea levels and more frequent extreme weather events, resulting in both coastal and riverine flash flooding. The decision to relocate the capital reflects the urgent need to address these pressing challenges, including congestion, pollution, and environmental vulnerability, while also decentralizing government functions. The establishment of Nusantara as a new capital represents a monumental effort to address these issues and ensure the long-term sustainability and resilience of Indonesia's administrative center. A mosque and several residences have already succumbed to the encroaching sea, despite the ongoing efforts to construct a 47-kilometer seawall along the rapidly sinking shoreline. Jakarta's dire predicament serves as the primary impetus for the Indonesian government's ambitious project to establish an entirely new capital on the island of Borneo. When flying over the Borneo jungles today, one can observe the initial stages of construction already in progress. Roads, access routes, and the designated sites for key government structures have been cleared of trees. This emerging city will bear the name Nusantara and is set to occupy a vast 2,500 square kilometers, roughly 3 times the size of New York City, most of which is currently covered by rainforest. There are multiple compelling reasons for selecting this location for Nusantara. Borneo is more geographically central and culturally representative of Indonesia compared to Jakarta on the island of Java. It is envisioned that Nusantara's development will alleviate overcrowding in Jakarta while promoting economic growth in Borneo and throughout the nation. Additionally, Borneo experiences a significantly lower incidence of natural disasters compared to low-lying Java and other islands susceptible to flooding, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions. The construction of Nusantara is divided into 5 stages, with the ceremonial groundbreaking for the first stage taking place in August 2022. The completion of the 5th stage is scheduled for 2045, with the projected population of Nusantara reaching 2 million people by then. Current estimates indicate that the project will require $32 billion in funding, with 40% expected to come from private investments by Indonesian and international companies. While the government initially aimed to relocate to Nusantara in 2024, progress on the ground suggests that this timeline may not be met. Following a visit by a Japanese government delegation to the site, Japan withdrew its investment, prompting the Indonesian government to explore potential investments from wealthy Middle Eastern nations like Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. Similar to Egypt's experience, China is also expected to play a significant role in the construction of Nusantara. As with previous examples, such as Naypyidaw, Sejong, and Egypt's new capital, only time will reveal whether Nusantara will ever reach completion and whether it will succeed in attracting millions of residents. So what do you think of these empty megacities? Do you think the trend of megacities remaining empty will continue? Or are these ambitious projects destined for success? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more captivating videos into the world of luxury and extravagance, where we explore the lives of the rich and famous, as well as savor the finer things in life. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and explore these other exciting videos you're bound to enjoy. Until next time.